Islam, peace and love. Namaste. 13 love. Peace and love to all the Moors doing the work. The Al-Moroccan nation, the Al-Moroccan empire. We got one tonight. It's getting serious. It's getting real. And it's gonna get worse before it get great. Just know that. Know that it's a war. It's always been a war, but the war is on. The great meaning is on. Islam. Let's get it started right. Peace and love. What's good, Moor? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. We gotta talk. We gotta talk. We gotta talk. We gotta talk. Things is happening a little bit fast, a little bit on God's speed, on nature's time, on Big Mama time. But it's always been that way. No matter how it's been looking for all these years, no matter how long you've been on the planet, no matter how fair seeming things have been looking, it's always going to end up in the Asiatics' hands. The Aboriginal indigenous beings control, and from our motivation and the inspiration from each other, and rising to Muhammad's mountain, that first eye, or that ninth eye, that nine eye. So let's go ahead and get it started tonight. We got a couple topics. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on currently, and definitely about our liberties versus civil rights. We're definitely going to talk a little bit about this war. Now, it's always been a spiritual war, but now is a time where this draft meeting is trying to erupt, and they want all of our youngsters, just like they did back in the early 1950s and 60s and 70s. It's all happening again, and it's the same story. And Muhammad Ali has a lot to do with it. So let's go ahead and get this started right. Let's rise. 5 on the left, 2 on the right. El Bayday, Allen Ali, and even Pasha. O Allah, Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day, through his holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Islam. Give great honors to Noble Drew Ali, the last, and I mean the last prophet, or the prophet, or the professional foot planner with all the divine information. I said the professional or the professional foot planner with all the information within that he brought to us without. Forever and infinite gratitude to that divine spirit. That's not a man, that's a divine spirit that did what he did for such light and such marvelous light to live and have everlasting light through everlasting gospel. Gospel is great news, good news, very universal. Because people think when we say Islam, we talking about some dogma system. No, we mean that old time realignment. I said that old time realignment with that everlasting good news. Let's go to our chapter 25. And if you at home right now, let's open this up and let's get active. And I mean completely active, because what's next is about you proving your God. Prove your government. Prove the power within you that runs your system, your constitution, your makeup. Chapter 25. Prove your God. Generator, operator, destroyer, you. Not some guy with the J. Remember, it's all about you. Chapter 25, the Holy Covenant of the Asiatic Nation. Ye are the children of one father provided by for his care, and the breast of one mother hath given you suck. Let the bonds of affection therefore unite thee with thy brothers, that peace and happiness may dwell in thy father's house. And when ye separate in the world, remember the relation that bindeth you to love and unity. And prefer not a stranger before thine own blood. If thy brother is in adversity, assist him. If thy sister is in trouble, forsake her not. So shall the fortunes of thy father contribute to the support of his whole race. And his care be continued to you all in your love to each other. It's kind of really always been that simple. It's never been complicated. That's why they always broke up our ciphers. Our circles. Our churches in our community, not in some building. They always wanted to break us up. Whenever we showing love to each other in a circle and dancing in a circle or rapping in a circle or just showing love, period. But truly supporting each other and uplifting each other, not for their cause, not for their banners and their football game and their basketball game, but for your signal, the signal that called you. So let's go ahead to the Al-Fatiha and we'll get officially started. And we'll go ahead and refer to Allah as truth, because we want to make sure that we as universal as our prophet. Noble Drew Ali said, young man, be like me, be like your prophet. So I study him. I want to be like him, and I'll be like him. Because he be like the Elohim. He be like the Most High. He be like the creative spirits. Not flesh and blood. So let's go ahead and refer to Allah as truth so nobody gets confused. And we'll read the Al-Fatiha because as Moors should know, or as Aborigines or any indigenous person that North America should know, these things go together and it's called the uniting of Asia. And it's so universal, it has never been divided. And it's never about dogma, it's always about Godma. So let's refer to the all in all as truth. Because isn't truth everlasting? Isn't truth unbegotten? Isn't truth forever and forevermore? So truth is really the real realignment of all these dogma systems that copycat. Is truth. This is the real realignment, right? So let's go ahead and open up, because this is the opening. And we do open up this eye. So let's go ahead and read the opening. In the name of truth, most gracious, most merciful, praise be to truth, the cherisher and sustainer of the worlds. You got a whole universe in you. Something is cherishing and sustaining that, the all in all of that. And you have no idea what that does 24/7, but you trust, right? It's universal. Most gracious, most merciful, master of the day of judgment. Thee do we worship and thine aid do we seek. Show us the straight way, the way of those on whom thou hast bestowed thy grace. Show us that straight way to that pineal gland. Those whose portion is not wrath and who go not astray. It's very major when you put truth as the mother of all realignment. Then you take it out of the context of its patriarchal design and you put it back into its natural or natal origin or national origin from the mother. Right? So let's talk. Right? Because mother's children have suffered long enough. I do want to touch on just for 1 second about this Diddy situation. I don't even want to say the name right? But I do want to talk about this Diddy situation just for a second, and then we'll move on to other topics. They say that they found over 1,000 bottles. It's not funny because it's very serious. But I'm laughing because of the way they, meaning U.S. agents and assigns, have introduced it to you. And it's really just a distraction all over again. And it's really a lie and a cover-up, because you really think that that's baby oil that they found in this man's crib? No. No. This is a code word. That's not baby oil. It's baby oil. Children oil. Adrenochrome. Oh, yeah, you got baby oil all stacked up and all that. No, that's a long supply and a stock of children oil. Melanin oil, literally. You got to peep the signs and what's going on. It's a distraction, but at the same time, they know the people are not in tune with what adrenochrome even is. This how they've been running the world for so long. This how they've been running us for so long through our children. The hip hop is for the children. The militia is for the children. The dogma is for the children. The the school system is for the children. But it's all about sucking the blood and the oil from them and the purity and of the essence of the nature that they hold inside from universe to universe. No, this ain't no baby oil. This ain't no Johnson & Johnson that he got up in there. That's Johnson & Johnson's children. They not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you that. Because their whole agenda and the whole thing that they've been running is child manipulation. We're just going to use that word because we don't want to get banned and we don't want this channel to go off. But these things are important to talk about. Because not only are our children manipulated by their own family members and cousins and aunties and uncles, but behind the scenes from your favorite celebrities and politicians. It's the truth. And they use this to get in contact with their demons that sit in high power, but with no promise. This why they die broke and they feed off the young to stay looking good, but really don't have nothing good to show. He's sucking the blood of our children for years and years and years. But your own family members doing it behind closed doors and don't tell nobody. Blink twice. Don't tell nobody. Right? It's children that's getting manipulated right now as we speak. In your own community. And from the influence and the transference of political energy that has no real authority, but sits on the authority of people who call themselves a minority. Meanwhile, they're adults and the real minors are getting terrorized as we speak. How many of us that are adults now that have been touched the wrong way and never spoke about it? How many of us have been manipulated mentally, physically, spiritually, and sexually, but have never spoke about it? Shh, don't tell nobody. A lot, right? A lot of us. But don't tell nobody, right? Don't tell nobody that this is also radioactive control sent to your family members from colonized mindsets that literally controlling them, telling them what to do. And broke up our whole families over lower self-lust for children. What you doing lusting after children? This is what this really is all about. Really, a blink twice should have been about how the children are getting done. Don't nobody want to talk about that though. And how all your people that you praise have such a major influence on the ripping of adrenochrome from the bodies of these pure, innocent beings. In order for you to go to your concert, in order for you to rock your gold chain and your silver chain, you know why I don't use Bitcoin? And you know why I don't get involved with that underground market? I could have been sitting on stacks. You know why I don't play with that Bitcoin energy and that Bitcoin system? Because you could buy things that you can't buy in everyday life offline. What you think that leads to? Don't you know people are getting grabbed off the street and they get purchased with Bitcoin? And you think you're doing something with that? Meanwhile, you funding what's really going on the black market. The stripping of the power of the universal beings. Time is done now. Just because they got Diddy on the screen, he's just the front man. I want to know, forget Diddy, I want to know all the other Iddies that's behind the scene that fuel him, that influence him, that taught him how to be like that. Because he was manipulated too, probably in the worst way. But that don't mean that you go and do that to somebody else. That don't mean because you was harmed that you go harm others. Nah, get Diddy out the way, and I want to see who's behind the curtain. Don't get it twisted. That's still their man. That's still their main man. Hey, if we ain't got nothing left, we got Diddy. And we can put Diddy on the screen and make them hate him over us. They still not looking at us. We can make them hate so-called immigrants, which are other foreign nationals on the land at North America. But the real immigrants that came from Colombo and them, they still not looking at them. Why you not looking at them as the real immigrant? The real manipulators of the land. No, I want to know who's behind Diddy. I want to know who's behind Rick Ross. I want to know who's behind Drake. Bring that fake ass whiz on out. Bring me him. I'm here to burn him to the flame of the fire. Forget about Diddy. He gonna get his. Forget about whoever and whoever and whoever. I want to see who we ain't seen. Because it's all about the children. And most of us has been touched by our own family. Forget celebrities and politicians, your own family. Friends of the family. Babysitters. It's not just the men. No. You got women that manipulated young men too. Hey, bring your little thing over here. Let me see it. Turned him out at 3, 4 years old. Grown women. No, it's not just men. And see, the more that people didn't speak up about it, and the more that they didn't say anything about it, the more it became okay. The more it became all right. Same thing with Diddy and them. You don't think that Diddy got to go in some circle in some room every year and get a refreshment of activity? No, this children's oil that he got stashed up. If he had 1,000 bottles, now I want to see what the real enemy behind him, how many bottles they got. Because they sex rituals is all about contacting lower spirits and demons that seem like they have a lot of power, but they have no promise. And that's why they can't produce nothing now. And that's why they need him for a distraction. That's still their man. Don't get it twisted. What makes you think that they're going to help our communities and help us by getting rid of and expelling something that we no longer need? What makes you think they will do that? Come on, man. Come on, man. You need to take your children out of this school system ASAP. Take your children out of the school system ASAP. When you're not around as the parent in these modern days, you don't know what type of blood they taking out of them or what they pumping in them to make them forget that they even pumped anything out of them in the first place. Take your children out of the fake school system ASAP. This whole time is what this been about. Oh, let the man go in the woman bathroom and the woman go in the man bathroom. Okay. Let the TRNS man or woman come do a whole lecture inside the school about their lifestyle and how they like to be different genders. It's all to get them enticed. Remember, it's not about force, it's about volunteering. Squid Games. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. With all this political energy going on, it's a black check coming out somewhere. It's going to be a black check that's coming from somewhere. This all they got left. Everything they got is fake. Diddy, the fake money, the fake... And the children are suffering the most. It's so deep. It's so deep that the child don't even have to be real. They done got so SICK with it, they just create a child that they can just play with. Why you think Diddy got so much of that children's oil, adrenochrome stocked up? Why is it stocked up? Because they can't do what they've been doing no more with their sex rituals. It's done. They thought they was in contact with ancestors that are the real power. They was in contact with lower self energy that have no power. And then in the meantime, the children is going to be the one to destroy this whole shit. Especially the ones that were manipulated. We're just going to use that word. Because we can't say molest. 24/7 job to get the children, the mind, body, and soul of the children. Forget the adult. Am I making sense? Is it making sense? You got to read through the code words of what's really going on. It's all Da Vinci Code. All of it. The last thing they got is the expose of what's really been going down with the children. That's it. They don't care about nothing else. All they care about is that, because that's how they breathe life. So if you ever have been touched as a young child, forgive yourself. It wasn't your fault. Forgive yourself. Be renewed. Know that it's a natural way of life, and you don't have to choose that forced way of life that was forced on you. Because there's children behind the scenes that's going through way worse than you could ever imagine. Adrenochrome. It's what they drink every day to survive. Trying to talk about it in a lightness, but I'm alarming the light on it, because your favorite teacher at your school is involved. The basketball coach that coaches the girls' basketball, he's involved. Your favorite city councilman is involved. They all drink the juice. You don't remember? You don't remember? You don't remember that song with Nas? And he was talking about the rituals that he put him through, and they made him remix that song, take the original off, and do a whole new version of it. About how they made him drink his own urine. And how this stuff is real. Some of these folks be crying out, hey, help. Somebody help, I'm telling the truth. Help me. Some children didn't get no help. Some children cried for help and said, hey, look, so-and-so, I think they messing with me. And I don't know how to really tell you that this is what's going on. But mommy and daddy too caught up in city life and outside life to even listen to the child. Matter of fact, might even call the child a liar. While the child's screaming for help. Hey, help. When you leave and go to work, this dude or this woman, she's doing something to me and it's not right. Your favorite people is involved with this black market underground system of children that are bred and real children. Children that are made and children that are born. Can't get no chrome from them children that you clone. You can only get it from the children that being born. This is real. This is real. And yes, it's devastating to know. Yes, it's devastating to talk about. But it must be talked about. Because it's all coming out. It's all coming out. Protect your children, man. Really protect your children and really listen to what they have to say. Sometimes they might not be the ones getting affected. They might be watching and knowing and wanting to tell. Listen. If you're not at that school system with your child 24/7 or that whole 8 hours that they're there in that day, you don't know what's going on. When you leave that child with that babysitter or over that friend's or over that family's house for such and such hours while you go party, you don't know what's going on. They've been setting this up. They've been setting it up. They put it in the ghettos first. Now they want to make it a law for a child to say, yeah, 10 years old, hey, yeah, I want to be with this 35-year-old man or woman. They've been setting it up. Even the ones that's down with it, the youngsters that don't know them better, they don't know that they're just being called to get perished and to get stripped, period. Because we're not going to allow that. We're not going to allow that walking down the street. Not at all. It'll be a whole war out here, right? What you think is finna happen? You got to prove your God. You got to prove your authority over yourself and your offspring. This was Moor Science is really about. Protecting thyself. They want your child. They don't care about you. You need to learn how to protect yourself to protect them. Whatever the mother is and what the mother does and what the mother got going on, that's what the child got going on. This Moor Science, this Moor's Divine and National Movement ain't never been about raising no man up. It's about men raising the woman up to say, hey, look, we need to get out of their way. We need to let them go ahead and fight amongst each other. Because whether they calling themselves Democrat or Republican, they all fighting for our children and our land. If you can get the children young and the land, you got a slave and some ownership. It's what they've been doing. It's what they've been doing. You got children out here that's in society that won't never tell you that they grew up in a lab and all kind of wicked shit happened to them behind the scene, but they can't say nothing. They can't tell nobody. Adrenochrome. That's what they're telling you live on the news. Can't say it. It has to be baby oil, right? Diddy just got a bunch of baby oil, right? 1,000 bottles. How many chromosomes? We're not even going to go there. It's all symbolic. And it's been going on for years and years and years. Now the Bitcoin is the new thing. You want to go buy a child on the black market? You got some Bitcoin? All you motherfuckers out there that is in that shit, and feel like you balling with that and you doing something good with that. You ain't doing nothing but helping pedophiles. This don't make sense. This don't make sense how they make purchases. This don't make sense how they purchase slaves. They literally purchase slaves with so-called money that's not money, out of thin air, out of digital air, for some real breathing sentient life. Children at that. Everything that's ever been used against us has been an attack on our childlike mind from fear and loathing. Nobody want to talk about this. Nobody want to talk about what's happening to the children for real and how they're being bought literally every day. It could be a football game going on. In some secret meeting while the game is going on, it's a whole slave auction going on with children. And they used to feed it to us and put it in our face on the milk carton, child missing. Where are all these children at? Where all these children been missing for years? And then you got some digitized image of them, of how they would look from 10 years from now, because that's how long they've been missing. Just throw it right in your face. It's been like this. So, hurt people hurt people. And these colonizers that's been running us, they feel like they've been hurt beyond measure. Meanwhile, they transgression beyond measure. Who wants to talk about this? Who wants to talk about that? It's mostly melanated children that are getting so look. Whew. This wasn't the main topic, but it's the topic of the day. Because this been going on for a very long time. And most of all, your so-called stars and your celebrities, they've been violated in and out so much from being young and children. They probably had no real life, like Michael Jackson and them, same way. But some chose not to harm and hurt others and do what was did to them. I respect them. But them other ones, no mercy. None. Because it's people who went through the same fire that you did, and they didn't have to go do what was done to them. So take this into account, because the whole reason why they don't want TRUMP talking is because he's going to tell the truth. He was involved too. Let's not get it twisted. How many pictures of Diddy and TRUMP together partying big? It's just that the European gonna tell the truth and the dirty Moor don't give a damn. TRUMP need to tell the truth about this, because everybody's still looking for the list, right? Huh? Did you know that the so-called Steen Island is based on the cartoon SpongeBob SquarePants? And SpongeBob SquarePants is one of the main influential cartoons for youngsters that ever appeared on Nickelodeon. The list is plain. It's everybody. 90% of what you see in that world of Hollywood is all of them. What you mean, where's the list? It's there. They've been touched. They've been touching others to get to the top and continue to do it. And now it's over. Can't do it no more. That's why they want to try to go create fake people and then now go take it underground. No. You're not finna do this all over. People don't even know that this shit is really going down like this in a major scale. Diddy's mansion in Miami is not too far from a sundown town where they collect people. His mansion is a business. This is what really has been and what's really been going. It's always about getting the attention of the children. The Pied Piper. And certain gatekeepers who have been violated to the core, who just don't give a F no more. They put them in charge and put them in your face. Meanwhile, they just the front men. The real ones is hiding. At least Diddy, he still come out and show his face and come outside. He don't care. It's something behind him. It's something behind them that's running them. Whew, right? So TRUMP, before you get a chance to even talk about this, we're just going to put Diddy out there. Damn. Let TRUMP talk. Thought y'all liked him. Because when they started coming after the sons and daughters of the ones who's already doing the effery, even they was like, hey, oh, wait a minute. Now you coming after my own son and daughter. Hey, wait a minute. Like, no, too late, player. You signed up for that shit. Now the resistance. Right? So before the Europeans tell the truth, like Noble Drew Ali prophesied all the way. We ain't witnessed that yet. You ain't witnessed what I'm saying yet on your public arena. Let him talk. Because he's going to be talking something about this. Because it's time to stop completely. Completely. We the people are the real authority on the land, always have been. From the heavens to the earth. I said from the heavens to the earth. I said from the heavens to the earth, because we fell. From the heavens to the earth, because we fell. We got to get back home. So it's important that we come into our real divine authority and become citizens of a higher plane again. It's what the Moor Science Temple of America with Noble Drew Ali is all about. Not the subordinate temples, they involve too. Fake ass grand sheiks. No, this is no longer going on. Where you going to keep manipulating these children to build a future that we didn't agree to. It's over. It's finished. There is no more stripping of power of a divine being. So look, you need to really come into supreme governance. I don't care if you're calling yourself American Indian right now, you Cherokee, you Navajo, you whatever. Start getting in tune with protecting these children and prolonging that life. Because that's your purpose right now. Because they are the ones who are the real saviors of themselves and the whole nation from the supreme womb that we can't see. So put yourself in place to protect them. That means governing yourself. That means not only divine, but in law. Sometimes that's as simple as a mother making a claim that she's the true authority over her offspring and herself, and she is I am that I am. I don't care what you call yourself. You need to start being universal. Because it's about protecting them. At least that's why I feel like I've been trained for so many years from the Most High and Noble Drew Ali. Real upliftment of fallen humanity is the women and the children. The men should already be in tune. Our job is to protect them. That's who they want. The woman produces the nation, and then the nation produces workers for them. Need to get off of that time schedule and get very serious about protecting them. Once you protect yourself, mother, as the mother, they're already protected. Don't worry about getting no documentation and stuff for them. You speak for them. Like a real mother would against a real enemy that's trying to take their child. It ain't got nothing to do with being a U.S. citizen, black, Negro, colored, Ethiopian, Indian. None of the brand names. That's why we've been stressing this for so many years. For the children. You know how hard it is to birth a child in a hospital and then say, no, I don't want no BC or no nothing. Or no, I'm not signing off to none of that. I'm taking my child and I'm getting out of here. You know how difficult that is being a U.S. citizen? We're not here for no damn fools. We're here for the children to save them. It's for them. So get used to standing on law as a mother and a father. And get used to standing on your authority and proving your God, generator, operator, destroyer, through your throat chakra. You don't need no. Get out of that. That's all an illusion. Your real power and the greatness that's within you is greater than what's ever in the world. And I mean whatever is in the world. They don't want you to get back to that being the power. This is why we need each other. This is why we need each other, because we have a divine canon. A divine spirit, BOMB, like in DBZ. Oh, this is real. It's not just some cartoon. We have a major spirit, BOMB, that needs to be thrown and destroy this whole shit. Don't worry. If you part of lifting the uplifting of the spirit BOMB, you won't be destroyed. You just have to be part of that. You'll be all right. But this shell is dead and it gotta go. Because the minute they started messing with children to get secret information that we already hold sacredly within, it was over. It was finished the very minute that happened. And those children came back to destroy. With every difficulty, it gotta come some kind of remedy. With every difficulty, it gotta come some kind of relief. With every difficulty, it must come some kind of ease. Some kind of ease. So the children are the most precious thing that we have in our nation in today's age. And we need to protect them at all four corners. Because the more you leave them in this hell system, in this school system, the more you leaving them in the jurisdiction of other citizens. That's why you don't need to be a stateless person. You want to have a mother, a nation. Don't just have a tribe. Have a tribe that's a part of a whole mother. Because we all speak for each other. We bring the tribes together to make one big gang of tribe and call it the Al-Marak. Because we are the mound builders. Everybody agree on certain stuff. We are the mound builders. And this is a big rock. The whole earth. We just need to agree on truth and come out of doing things for individualism and realize that it's about the children and always been about the children. And even some of us are still children because we still are the yet unborn that don't know who we truly are. We all children. No matter what age you are, you still a child. Until you come into supreme maturity about the things in this earth that really matter and realize that, this whole time as humanity, we were supposed to be a whole team. No matter which way you look on earth, we were supposed to be a whole team. Keeping this rock MOLESTED. With the pure blood from the water. Because the water is the blood. And it flows all throughout your life. Do you know when a mosquito comes to suck your blood, that it's water? And the mosquito has to transform each drip of water for more blood. They trade in water for blood. It just in you and your whole system. Ain't that what the colonizer doing? They trading truth and true lies for your blood. So I suggest you all get very divinely famous and start getting very well known by the great God and the Elohim, the creative spirits. Because you're going to have to stand on that. Peace, God. Peace, king and queen. King and a queen and a God ain't no U.S. citizen. A real God and a king and a queen, they proclaim the Most High before anything else. I said they proclaim the Most High before anything else. They don't dismiss that prime creative source. This is what they think that they've been stripping from the children, but all they did was ignite it even more. So somebody told Aleister Crowley and Albert Pike and them back in the day that sex rituals with same sex and children, it would bring you fame and riches and stuff. That's what them 360 deals and them contracts all about. Everything was put in place to come to this moment in time right now where it's all being exposed. It was all for a divine reason. But if you have the truth, speak some truth, speak the divine truth, but speak your truth too. Tell the truth on yourself. Recollect the different traumas in your childhood and examine them without fear. I challenge you. Because what you do to save your inner child is what you do to save Mother Earth. She's still holding you in a cradle within her earth core. That's why we real people got a soul and a navel. To remind us that we really come from the core of that mother. We was planted, and that seed reached all the way to that fire. And it got strangely mixed with water, and it uprooted on earth, and we became beings. True, living, breathing, sentient, walking. True and living gods. But now you got to prove it. Especially, and I've been in contact with a brother from the Nation of Islam, because really that's our original militia. But been in contact with Nation of Islam because our brothers and sisters who are in the ages of 18 to 26 will soon experience a mysterious draft system for another fake illusion of a war that's not about us. Children. Same thing. Oh, see, look. All right. We coming right back. We about to do a part 2 because we got to talk about what happened with Muhammad Ali and what's about to happen again. Children 18 to 26, 9 and 13. 13 twice, 26. We'll be right back.